Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So, Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha, the last chapter of the Saddanīti. So Saddanīti, as we all know, 3 volumes. So the last volume is the Saddanīpada. So in that Saddanīpada also, maybe there will be 9 sections. So the last section is here, Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha. So Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha. So Pāḷinaya, okay, literally we can translate we of Pāļi. So Adi and so on. So Sangha means or chapter or collection or something. So collection. So collection of the Pāḷinaya, etc. We of Pāļi or method in Pāļi and so on. So here Ito Baram Bawakami Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha Binya Vibonla Karana Bidi Bamaucha Wudana. So introductory verse of this chapter. So in previous chapters we could not find such a introductory, but here the last one is the most important one. That is why the writer, the author, so introduce again introductory verse. So okay, here our main verb is Bawakami, as you all know. Bawakami. So actually future tense. Ba, watch, and the sami. But so changing. So the consonant ja of the root and the sasa of the verb termination change to the kaka. So Bawakami. Actually future sense. I will say. So and then here Ito Baran. Ito. So eat from here. Adverb from here. So Baram is after that. So this phrase commonly together we can find Ito Baran. So at the time after that from here is a little bit strange. It does not make sense. So Ito Baran means from now on or just after this also okay. From now on or after this. So if we say after this mean referring to the previous chapter. So after previous chapter is Chadubara Vibhaga. So after Chadubara Vibhaga also we can understand. Or the other way, from now on. So from now on I will say. So Pāļinayādisaṅgaha. The collection of the Pāļinaya, etc. So, and the Pāļinayādisaṅgaha modified by the Binya Vibonla Karana Bidi Bamauja Wadana. So 2 modifier here, 2 modifier word. So Binya Vibonla Karana. So which leading to the development of wisdom. Binya Vibonla Karana. So Binya Vibonla. So Binyaya Vibonla. And the Binya Vibonla Karana or Binya Vibonla Sakara. current name also. So in this way we can explain. Binya in wibon la. Binya ya wibon la. Binya wibon. Binya wibon la sa current. Binya wibon la current. So current is even though here a not suffix, but referring to the agent no. So vowel noun form. So which leading to or which makes a development of the wisdom. And also Bidi Bamauja Wadana Bidi and the Bamauja. So Bidija Bamau Janja Bidi Bamaujan. And the Bidi Bamaujana Wadana Bidi Bamauja Wadana. So here also Wadana is actually another suffix commonly we use for verbal form or verbal action. So just doing, going. Here also increasing, but another suffix here referring to the Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha. That saṅgaha increase or makes increase. So Bidi and Bamauja. So join the happiness. Because of learning this chapter, we can acquired. So Benya Webola development of wisdom, and then Bidi Bamauja Wedana. So increasing of the Bidi and Bamauja. So in this way the order introduced his chapter. So Ido Barambawa Kami Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha Benya Webola Karana Bidi Bamauja Wedana. So in this introductory verse, the statement is Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha. Okay, Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha. The other ones are not so important. So that Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha were explored in the next sentence. So that referring to that Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha. So that in that. Okay, so here this sentence. That Pāḷi Nayo, Atakata Nayo, Diga Nayo, Bakaranandara Nayo Di. So Jadaro Naya Adibeda, one line finish here. So that referring to the Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha. So that Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha or something. So in that Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha, so Pāḷinaya, Atakata Nayo, Diga Nayo, and the so Bakaranandra Nayo, the methods from other treatise, other textbook or other book also. Bakarana Andra mean other. So other mean outside of the Buddhist teaching. Not from Pāli canon, not from Pāli commentary, not from Pāli sub-commentary. So from the grammar or from the other grammar and so on.
So Sayadaw.
Okay.
So what kind of tapurisa is Pāļinaya and so on, Sayadaw? Pāļinayo. Then what kind of tapurisa is it, Sayadaw?
Which one you mean?
Yes, Pāļinayo. It is tapurisa, right, Sayadaw?
So Pāļinayo, yes, tapurisa.
What kind of tapurisa, Sayadaw?
Okay, later the other himself will explain that one.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, Sayadaw.
Okay. So Chattaro Naya Adibeta. Chattaro Naya Adibeta. So 4 kinds of Naya or 4 Nayas Adibeta. So Adibeta here. So Adib prefix root E and the past participle form. So commonly go, be, gone or something. But in this case, intended, intent or desired, intended or desired. So intended is better here. So Chattaro Naya Adate Beta for 4 Nayas or 4 methods are intended. So here you see Pāli Nayo, Athakatha Nayo, and the Diga Nayo, Bhagaranandra Nayo, Ti. So these 4 words are just, how to say, enumeration of the Chattaro. So that is why. No, the subject or something, we cannot say. Okay, so, and then, so, based on that sentence, we can understand, in the Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha, the heading was, Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha, so, Pāļinya and so on. But Adi, so, Pāļinya and so on mean what? So, the one are widely explained here, Pāļinaya, and Adi mean Athakatha Naya, Diga Naya, and the Bhagaranandra Naya. And then, so, Dattara means among these 4 kinds of Naya, amongst these 4 kinds of Naya, referring to the Pāļi Nayo, Athakatha Nayo, and so on. So, Pāļi Nayo Ti. De Bidake Buddha Vajane Pāļi Gati. So now, Mr. Roy's question will be answered in this sentence, in this explanation. So Pāļi Nayo, as you all know, the combination of the word Pāļi and the Nayo. Okay, so Pāļi is explained by this word. Debitake Buddha Vajane. Debitake Buddha Vajane. So the teachings of the Buddha, that means Debitaka. So but here with the located case, that is why. And then Nayo. Nayo is explained by the Pāļi Gati. So that is why Pāļi Nayo is, Saddanīti Buddhisa, we can understand based on that explanation. Debitake Buddha Vajane Pāļi Gati. So Debitake Buddha Vajane is the explanation for Pāļi, and the Pāļi Gati is explanation for the Nayo. Okay, so Pāļi Nayo means Pāļi Gati. So Gati also maybe we know that Sukati, Dogati, best destination, good destination, and so on. But not that point here. So Gati means so language flow. So flow of the language. So here Pāļi Gati, flow of the language, Pāļi language in the Buddha's teaching. So that means in Pāļi canon, see the flow of the language the Buddha used. That is called here Pāļinaya. Okay, so Gati means here flow of the language Pāļi. And then second word is Athakatha Nayo. Athakatha Nayo also explained as Athakatha Nayo Di Athakatha Su Agada Saddanīti. Athakatha Su Agada Saddanīti. So here you can find the difference. In the previous explanation, Debitake Buddha Vajane, Pāļi Gati. But in the second word, not Pāļi Gati, Saddanīti. And also Digasu Agadasu also here, Saddanīti. And then Bhagarananda and so Agada Saddanīti. So not the same word. So Pāļinaya referring to the flow of the Pāļi language in the Buddha's teaching used by the Buddha. But Atthakathanaya mean, so Saddha Gati, maybe we all explanation grammatically by the commentators, sub-commentators or the other grammarians. Not just a plural, just a language. So, grammatical approach, grammatical approach. Saddha Gati. Okay, so here also, Atthakathanaya also the commentator explained. Atthakatasu, the author himself explained. Atthakatasu agada Saddha Gati. So, Atthakata means Atthakatasu, Nayo means Saddha Gati. But one word is agata. Maybe Mejiloba, Saddamita Burisa also. Mejiloba, so middle word is omitted. Atthakatasu agada Saddha Gati. Or agada is omission or maybe obvious to understand. That is why not used in the compound word to be to avoid how to say repetition or something.
Hi, Sayadaw.
Okay.
So in the Saddha Gati, then the word Gati also has the meaning of the flow, Sayadaw?
Yeah, flow also we can understand, literally flow. But flow of the grammar is possible to use.
So the Saddha, we have to take the Saddha as the grammar, Sayadaw?
Yeah, I think.
The flow,
Wait.
the grammar.
Can we take the as the word like a bata?
Saddha is better.
I mean, can we take as the meaning of word?
So how is it explained in the Nisaya, Sayadaw?
So for the Pāḷi Gati, so Myanmar word is Pāļi do Allah. Okay. So flow of the Pāļi language. But Saddha Gati is Tara Allah. Maybe flow of the grammar.
Oh, the grammar. Yes, okay. And then also in the definition of the Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha, I find it a little bit strange. So
Okay.
as you said that the author explained the Pāļi as the Te Pitake Buddha Vachane, and the Nayo as the Pāļi Gati. And then what is the Pāļi in the Pāļi Gati means,
So in the word Pāļinayādisaṅgaha, Pāļi means Debitike Buddha Vachane here. But
Yeah.
in the word Pāļi Gati, Pāļi is actually Pāļi language, I think. But in my translation, Pāļi do Allah. Just Pāļi canon.
Yes, yeah, it's not clear because he's using the word Pāļi again. So
Yeah. So that is why, they should be different.
yes,
Yeah. So in Pāļinaya, Pāļi referring to the, so based on the explanation, they be the Buddha Vachane, so Pāļi canon. But Pāļi
Yeah.
Gati,
I
so maybe
see.
Pāļi language. So because, so we already know that the by explanation of the, Ola William Geiger in his book Introduction.
Yes,
Yeah. So based on that point, so plural Pāļi language is better, I think.
yes. So then we have to take the Pāļi Gati is the flow of the language, and
Yeah.
Saddha Gati is the flow of the grammar.
Grammar, yeah.
I see. Okay, thank you, Sayadaw.
Okay. And then Diga Nayo also the same as the Atthakatha Nayo. So Diga Su Agada Saddha Gati. So flow of grammar come which has come in Diga. And the Bakaranandra Nayo. Okay, so here Bakaranandra Bakarana Antara. Bakarana and the Antara. So Antara is explained by the Dawa in Yesu. Inyesu maybe other. But Bakarana means Bakarana, so textbook or grammar book or something. So Inyesu Bakaranesu Agada Saddanīti. The floor of the grammar which has come in other books, treatises. Okay. So the scholar, the author is, introduced, four methods, four kinds of methods. So that there are among them Pāli Gadiyan Benjana Cheka Atta Cheki Padane Kadawa. So Atakata Diga Su Bawada Sada Gadi Winechayena Saha Yatarahan Gahidawa Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha Dasisama. Here also included that point. So Pāli Gadiyan Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha Dasisama. Okay, should be a single word. Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha Dasisama. So I will show Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha. So Gahidawa taken, having taken. Yatarahan called Yatarahan. So as its word. So Saha mean together. Bawada Sada Gadi Winechayena. So together with the Sada Gadi floor of the grammar and the Winechaya. So judgment or decision or discussion. So together with such a one, those happened, but would happen in the Atagata Digasu. Atagata Digadisu, Diga Adisu, which happened in the commentary, sub-commentary, or in the other books. Happened, so such a plural grammar or Winechaya, such the something right or wrong, such a discussion or decision or judgment. So together with such a information, so I will show the Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha and so on at that time. So point is Pāli Gadiyan Benjana Cheka Atta Cheki Padane Kadawa. So here easy to understand the word Padane Kadawa. So Brahna means actually predominant or important or main or primary. So Brahni Kadawa. But here in this case to understand easily, so making heading. So in the Pāli Gadiyan or Pāļinayādisaṅgaha, so in this chapter, heading will be so Benjana Cheka and the Atta Cheka. So 6-4 Benjana and 6-4 Atta. So those 12 words, 12 kinds of words, 12 kinds of fact, making as a heading. So I will show Pāļinayādisaṅgaha. Actually, those are from the Pāli Gadiyan in the floral Pāli language. So in this chapter, mainly we can find that, Benjana Cheka and the Atta Cheka. So 6-4 Benjana and 6-4 Atta. So those 12 words or 12 kinds will be maybe hidden. So Padane Kadawa. So under that one, so there will be that plural of the grammar from the commentary, sub-commentary, and the other books, and the discussion or decision from the commentary, sub-commentary, and other books also will be included. So in this way, I will explain. I will show Pāḷinayādisaṅgaha. Okay, so next. Dattara. So in this paragraph, a previous paragraph, so firstly the author explained the Pāḷinaya, Thakkatanaya, and Bhakaranandara, and so on. And while explaining, here one statement is, so Benjana Cheka, Atta Cheka. Okay. Benjana Cheka, Atta Cheki, Badani Katawa. That is, that statement we find. So that statement will explain in the next. So Dattara there, Ekaran, Badan, Benjanan, Akaro, Nirodi, Nedisodi. Nedisodi, Cha, Benjana Barani. So 12 kinds of Bada. In the statement here, Benjana Cheka, Atta Cheki. Just Benjana Cheka or Atta Cheka. So just that. But what kind of so not explained here, but in explanation here they are Bada. Benjana Bada. Benjana Bada. So that is why 12 kinds of Badas. Benjana Bada, Atta Bada, and so on. In the next line. So here also Atta Bada we find. So those 12 kinds are actually kind of Bada or kind of word. So just technical time we should use Bada. 12 kinds of Bada. If we say word, so we'll be confused with the explanation. So here, so Benjana Bada, 6 kinds of Benjana Bada are, the first one is Ekra. And then second is Bada. That is Benjana. Fourth is Akaro, Akara. And fifth is Niroti. And last one, sixth is Nedisa or Nedisa. These are, Cha Benjana Bada. So here, and also among these 6 kinds, so some of them are we already familiar with their meaning. So for example, Ekra means alphabet, Bada means word, and but Benjana or Akara, what is it? Or Nirodi or Nedesa. So in this case, the meaning of those words, those are actually technical term. So that is why the meaning of them we familiar. Maybe sometimes right, maybe wrong, because they are technical terms. So what does it mean? Later the author will explain. So Ekra means here what, or Bada means what kind, and so on will explain. That is why I said just Ekra as Ekra, Bada as Bada. So Ekaran, Badan, Benjana, Akaro, Nirodi, Nedisodi, Cha, Benjana Badani. So no verb there. So at that time, verb to be can be understood. There are 6 kinds of Benjana Bada as Ekara, Bada, Benjana, Agara, Nirodi, and Nedesa. Okay. And here also Sankasana, Bakasana, Vivaranan, and the Vibhajanan, and the Uttani Karanan, and Vinyati. Okay, Pinyatiti means Pinyati iti. Cha Atta Badani. Cha Atta Badani. So 6 kinds of Atta Bada. Those are Sinkasana, Pakasana, Vivarana, Uttani Karana, Pinyati. Okay, so roughly to understand the meaning of these 12 kinds of words, 12 kinds of technical terms. So Akra means Akra alphabet. Akra means alphabet. And Bada. Bada means so in grammar book, maybe Badaruba Seti. So Vivadayandam Badam, a word ending in case ending or by termination is called the award. Vivadayandam Badam. A word ending in it, one case ending is called the Bada. Vivadayandam Badam. And the Vyanjana. So Vyanjana also, in grammar book, consonants. We familiar with the meaning of the Vyanjana is consonants. But here not referring to the consonants. Based on its explanation. Later we will see. And the Akaro and Nirodi and the Nediso. Okay, so let move to the next line. Instead of saying, at the meaning of those words, while explaining those words by the order where we seen their meaning. Etani yewa Benjana Chekan Atta Chekan Dipi Vojandi. So only these are set as Benjana Chaka and the Atta Chaka. Etani yewa Benjana Chekan Atta Chekan Dipi Vojandi. So that then among them Benjana Chaka and the Atta Chaka. So Benjana Badesu in the Benjana Bada. So Akra Nama, so Akra means. So Ruban Anejan di Voja Mano. Why saying Ruban Anejan? So Rudi Oba de di Vojando. Atta Jodaka Bada. Sorry, Sam. Spacing mistake. Oba de di Vajana do. And the Atta Jodaka Brandogada Megakara Miha. Brandogada Atta Jodaka should be a single word. And the Brandogada Megakara Miha. So Ekarandan Kahitab. Ekarandan Kahitab. So what does it mean? Ekranama Ekra. So Ekranama Ekra means Ruban Anejandi Ojamano Rudi Obadeti. So the speaker want to say Ruban Anejan. But so only a word Ru comes out from his mouth. Comes out from his mouth. So that Ru, we can't understand. Oh, he want to say Ru, but matter. We can't understand. So that Ru is meaningful, makes sense. So in this way, Vajana do, because of saying in this way. So Atta Jodaka Badando Gada Mika Kara Miha. Mika Kara Ike Kara. Ike Karam Iha. Or Iki Kekana. Ike Kara. So Atta Jodaka Badando Gadan Ike Karan Iha. So Ekaran di Ekaran dan Gahidaba. So Ekaran di Gahidaba. Type of mistake. Ekaran di. So Gahidaba. So it should be taken as the Ekara alphabet. So alphabet will not any other alphabets. So that one must make sense. If we say just ka, so no meaning. It does not make sense. So that one is not meant as Ekra here. Not the same as the grammar. So even though it is, a single alphabet, it must Atta Jodaka make sense. And the Badando Gadan included in a word. So even though he want to say Ruban and Jandi, but only Rudi or Badeti. So only a word Ru comes out from his mouth. So Ru is part of Ruban and Najan. So that is why that Ru can make sense matter. So such a word is called here Ekra. Ikekran. Or even though he say Ruban and Najan, so Ru also makes sense, Ban also makes sense, and Najan also makes sense. So each word included in the Ruban, Najan, and so on should be called as a Ekra here. So that is an Ekra mean maybe a single or a standalone or included in a word. It makes sense. That alphabet is called here Ekra. Ekrandi Kahi Daba.
So Sayadaw.
Okay.
So the word attacho takapadanto gadang, right? And then so Sayadaw divided as the attacho takapadanto gadang. So the badanto gadang is badanta o gadang, Sayadaw.
So now Bada and Dogada.
Bada anto gada.
Yeah.
So the anto gada.
And Dogada means including in a word.
Okay. And it has the meaning. Attacho taka.
Yeah, Atta Jodaka, it makes sense or it has meaning. It indicates meaning, literally.
But then like the word rule, it doesn't have any meaning. Sayadaw.
Yeah, because so even though he said just rule, so but it refers so the speaker or listener can understand he want to say rule ban. So that is it sense. It makes sense.
But then how do we know? So for example, like earlier, Sayadaw said that the word ka, we're not going to say that that is the akara in this sense. But then what about it? Yeah,
So
but what if it's part of the word karoti and it's also ka?
yeah, that makes sense. But only ka, not included in the karo, not makes sense. So not mean here as an aircraft.
No, but I mean, how do we know? For example, like in this example, then the speaker want to say rupang aniccanti, but he just say ru. We have no idea what he means.
So Okay. So the other way we can say, so not only ru alone comes out. So even though we hear ru, so one stanza, do sa na so. So only 4 alphabets. Do sa na so. So when in that, actually that is the very beginning letter of the stanzas. So do is very beginning letter of the first line in stanza, and the sa is in the second line, and na is third line, and so is fourth line. So he said do sa na so. Actually he want to say the complete line, but so he is fallen in the woeful state. Because that is only a short time when he comes out. So he said do, and then he sink again, and not do sa na. So only these 4 letters he can out. But the Buddha understand he want to say what. So the Buddha widely explained. Okay, so that similarly we have. So if we for us only do sa na so, we cannot understand, but the Buddha can understand. So, and also he said just do. So he has no intention any other than to continue. So at the time do will not be meaningful. So it cannot be called akra here. So even though he continues saying or not, but he want to say ruban, and the listener also can understand maybe based on context. So such a word, even though ru or ruban or he said, so each word so can make sense. So though that each alphabet is called the akra here.
I see. Okay, thank you, Sayadaw. But I mean, later on, he's going to explain more, right, Sayadaw?
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Sayadaw.
And the atawa, the other way of the akra means. So your bobedi eta. Your bobedi eta. So in the word your bobe, that your, even though it is a single alphabet, but who can understand the meaning. Your mean who, so mean he, sa mean she. Even though they are a single letter, but they have sense. It has meaning. It has meaning. So your bobedi eta, your karo viya, atta jodaka, ike kara madra. So ike karan adra. Akrandi kahidaba. So that is very clear. Even though it is a single letter but meaningful, it can mean one sense, one meaning. So your who in the word your bobi. So your garo we are just like the letter your. So atta jodakan ikakaran. It can show the meaning. It is a single letter. So such a one here should be taken as akara, akarandi kahidaba.
I see. I understand the previous sentence now, Sayadaw, because that
Okay.
one is in a quotation. It's in a quotation. So the word rule, we read that sentence, we know what that rule refer to.
Yeah.
Yes. Otherwise, it just rules and it doesn't make sense. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
And then in the second one also, your bobe, in the word your bobe, your is a single letter, but it can show the mean. It can make sense, and the even itself is a single letter ekakara, so can be called here ekra. And the sati wisa sahasaniti, so what do kamena Wodan Adi Ekra Miwa Abrisamat Deja Bade Wana Makra Midi Kahida Ban. Okay, so Sati Wasas Hasani Satiwasa Sahasani. So he want to say 16,000 years. What do Kamena? He want to say with the intention of that, he want to say Satiwasa Sahasani 60,000 years. But then it is said, so Adi Ekra Miwa, only a first letter, very beginning letter is said. Abri Samadhi, not finished yet. Abri Samadhi, not completed yet. But only a word is not finished yet. So Wina Mekra Miti Kahitaba. Wina Ekra Miti Kahitaba. So he want to say Sati Wasa Hasani were to come. But so Adi Mekra Adi Ekra Miwa wrote then. Only at the just very beginning letter is said, not finished yet a word. Not a word is not said yet, and not finished, saying. So in that word, so when each alphabet can be called the ekra also. So that is the same as former one, the first one, Ruba Anejandi, Rudi. So even though finished or not, but he want to say meaningful word. So at the time, that word we hear, even though very beginning letter we hear, we just hear very beginning letter. But so the whole word can make sense. So at the time, the alphabet included in such a meaningful word also can be called the ekra.
So
So okay.
So here it's a little bit confusing. So he's defining he's defining what it means by akara, but he's using the word akara. So adi akarang, and what is that akara in that adi akara, Sayadaw?
Adi akara means beginning letter, beginning alphabet.
So that akara is the meaning that we are used to, right? And then down here, because right now he's defining what it means by akara, but he's using that akara, the akara. So I mean, he's using the word again to define another word. So what does he mean by adi akara in the word Satiwasa Sahasani? And what is that adi akara, Sayadaw?
Adi akara means just like the sa and so on.
The sa or just the s, Sayadaw?
So not just s. So in Pāli, consonant cannot stand without vowel. So here, syllable also we can say akara here. Yes, we should say syllable. Not just alphabet, a syllable.
A syllable. Okay.
One sound it has.
So the word akara in the adi akara is the syllable, right, Sayadaw?
Yeah, a syllable.
Okay, but then so here in this context, he defines that the word akara, in fact, it has two meanings, right? So before he defined it as just the akara, that's the word like yo in the yo bupe or the ru in the rupang. But down here, he explaining another concept, one nang akarang. This is like another different meaning of the akara.
Okay. So here, so the whole, sentence, paragraphs, so we can understand. So the first, so actually, so we should start with the, yo. one information, it is a single alpha, so not say alphabet, a single syllable. So it makes sense even though it is a syllable. So that one also can be called ekra. But another way, so it is included in a word, meaningful word. So that word, each word or each syllable of that word also can be called the ekra. Even though it can make sense only in a word, complete word, it can make sense. But each syllable of that word also can be called the ekra. So two information here.
So what does the word wanang here mean, Sayadaw?
When name also actually, syllable.
So here it modifies the word akarang, right, Sayadaw?
One
One,
name,
yeah,
ekaran,
one.
kahit. So, object of the kahit daban.
Yes, but it just what I mean is that so above, so here we have the he has the word ja here, so it looks like two. We have two verbs, gahetapang, and then we have gahetapang, so like two of them, right? So he
Yeah.
gave one example in the yo buppe, and he said that in there the yo is we should take it as the akra, right? So that's one explanation.
Yeah. I see. I catch
Yeah.
your point.
Yeah, so now he started the second one, sati wasa, and then he ended with the gahe tapang, so another explanation. And those two connected with the word ja, right?
So
So it look, yeah.
it will be three information here. So now I have an idea. Maybe point out it will be right or wrong. So the first information, this kahit daban here also one kahit daban, you see. So
Yeah,
in that explanation, so a syllable ru included in the ru band also can be called the ekra. And the second information atawa and the here kahit daban in the word. So the syllable yo, it stand alone, but it makes sense. That one also can be called the ekra. And that one here kahit daban. So that is here adi ekran. So ekara also maybe you can confuse with the rule as a rule, but because of when I mean not syllable alphabet. So even the letters S also can be called the ekara because it is part of the meaningful word sati wasa sahasani. What the point?
yes. I'm trying to understand what he means by wanamarak karang. So it's this, yeah, what kind of samasa is that, Sayadaw?
Sorry.
Yeah, so we have the word wana makara miti, right? So this iti, okay. Yes,
Yeah.
so wanang akarang. That is,
Ekaram.
yeah, so that's the samasa, right, Sayadaw?
Not samasa. Separated word. So just Sandy. Wena ekarandi gahidaban. Wena gahidaban. So wena should be taken as ekara.
Okay, the wana should be taken as the akara. But and then, okay. Then we have adi rakha, adi akara miwa. Then, so you just said that one is connect to the Wutang.
Yeah.
Okay, so yogaro is the object of gahetapang. So down here, So you know
No.
said that.
Okay. So grammatically, kahi dab. So kahi dab. The meaning of kahi dab. So possible translation. So okay. A grammatical point here. Ike karan ekran. So ike karan is subject. Ekran is complement or predicate. So ike kara is ekra. And also, in the second explanation, Atta Jodaka. Atta Jodakan, so should be divided. Ike Karan. Atta Jodakan, Ike Karan, Ekaran. And then Idi Kahidaban. It should be understood or it should be taken in this way.
Okay.
And also here also, Wanan. So Wana is Ekaran. Wanan Ekaran. Wana is Ekaran. Idi Kahidaban. It should be taken in this way.
Okay. Okay. So does that mean that the word akarang here is the nominative case, right? So, you know,
Right. Nominated case.
akarang is nominative case. Okay. Okay, I see. And then there is like a little question here. So it's just the style of writing. So above he says the akaranti gaheta, but down here he didn't make that sandi. He put the whole word iti here.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit strange. Is there a reason for that? So, you know, or they are just like a different writing style?
Okay, main Bob is one idea is ekran di kahidaban. Second idea is also ekran di kahidaban. That idea is when ekran di kahidaban. So here point the meaning of the kahidaba. So possible translation. I need to find.
I think maybe it just should be taken or something.
Yeah, it should be taken or it
Yeah.
should be understood also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my question is about the word the word iti. So, you know, so it's, you know, see.
It is quotation. It should be taken as or it should be understood that or and so on. It.
Yes, so, you know, so in
Yeah.
at the end, so you see that the akara miti, he did not elide the word I, the vowel I, but in the two sentences above, he elided the I and he make it as the akaranti.
Yeah, sometimes also that negative also can be dropped, sometimes maintained also.
Okay.
Yeah, to be consistency. So it should be, when it is clearer to us.
I see. Okay. Thank you, Sayadaw. Thank you so lot, Sayadaw.
So,
Uh,
3 meaning.
Sorry, Sarah.
Okay.
So what does mean what's the function of the ja after the abarisamate?
Abarisamati, yeah. So how to say samojya? So samojya mean including and. So rule of Ruban also can be called the ekra, and the your also can be called the ekra, and sa that sound not finished yet. Sa as is sa. Only the letter sa ss one. The alphabet also can be called the ekra.
So you mean that ja we have to translate that also?
Yeah. Also.
But they put in that place is very strange, you know.
So actually emphasize on the, even though it is meaningful word, Satyavasa Hasani, but so not finish reciting, chanting, just just or very beginning letter, very beginning alphabet also can be called the akra. So ru your s.
It's something.
No, as I said, Sayale, so here we have two sentences. Here it connects the two gahe tapang. So he gave the first definition as the complete sentence starting from tatara, and he ended with the gahe tapang. That is one explanation. And then he gave another alternative explanation. In the alternative explanation, it has two sub-explanations, and he combined them with the word ja.
But generally, if we combine these 2 or 3 sentences, the place of ja is not in that place, right?
Well, no, so you see here the gahe tapang comma, and then at the end you see another gahe tapang. So in fact, that ja, from my understanding, after reading a number of things, you can put that ja anywhere in the second part.
Generally, as a general rule, what I notice, we should come for the if we want to connect with the previous sentence, we come to the second place, right?
Yes, it's the second place. So you see, it doesn't belong to the first part. The first part ends with the gahe tapang comma, and then the second part starts with the sati watsa and so on. So basically, you can put that ja in anywhere in that second part.
It's a little bit strange. Anyway, I'll think about it.
Okay. So okay, anyway, here are 3 kinds of akra. One is ru of ru ban. Second is yo. So stand alone and can make sense. And that one is, the alphabet S of the Satyavasa Sahasrani at the very beginning. So what do Kamina walk then? You may be the lip shit or Dahudo Asa Ekrake. Nature of report one and alone no one not the level academy. Yeah, so not at the very beginning, only very beginning alphabet. So each participant of that word also can be called the akra. That is right. So adi akra miwa. Adi akra miwa. Okay, so point is here, it should make sense, even though a little, a single or, a part of a word, it makes sense. So it can be called the akra. So whatever alphabet, a single alphabet, but does not mean anything, so cannot be called akra here.
But Sarah, what I noticed when we define the word akara, like in the last definition, that only when we put it into the sentence, so that is we call akara. But if we just like we take out, if we just see one s, so we cannot call it akara, right?
Right. It must be included in the meaningful word or meaningful sentence. Okay. So that is about the akra. Next information is about the but then we will be, Benjana. No. So Paddanama. Next information will be Pada. So without than no another no Nirodi Baka Nirodi Bada Gowi do Ekarana Sani Badan Jinya Boba Barani Jati Eta Oda Nayena. So without than no another no. So without than no one word. So free from the craving. Anadano. Not adano. So free from the grasping in the aggregate, etc. And Nirodi Bada Gowi do. Nirodi Bada Gowi do. So skillful at Nirodi. Skillful at Nirodi Padisambhida and the Padibana Padisambhida and so on. One who is skillful at. So 4 kinds of Padisambhida and so on. Ekarana Sani Badan Boba Barani. So Ekarana Sani Badan. The collection of the word, collection of the alphabets. So Janya Boba Barani Ja. So that one who is skillful at the Nirodi Padisambhida and so on. So would know Janya. So Boba Barani, which one is what, which one is first, which one is second, or which one is later, and so on. So without that no. So that actually referring to the Buddha, but not without that no Buddha another no Nirodi Bara Gowi do. So that is subject, verb is Janya. Object is so Sani so 2 objects. So Boba Barani and the Sani Bada. 2 objects. So the can be the collection of the alphabets and the Boba Barani Akarani. So former alphabet and later alphabet and so on. So those one he can know. He should know. Okay, so that one is from number 6. So Kotaka Nikaya, maybe Dhamma Bada or something. No. So Kotaka Nikaya. Okay. So Ita Oda Nayena. So in this stanza, so the mother said in this stanza, so we bet the yandan. So ending in the case ending. Atta jod again, indicating the meaning. So ekara bind again. So ekara bind again. So combination of the alphabet. Paddanama is called the Pada. So we bet the yandan. Atta jod again, ekara bind again, Paddan.
So Sayadaw, is it Akara Pendakang or Akara Pendang, Sayadaw?
Sorry, ekara bind. Atta jod again, ekara bind. We bet the yandan. So ending in the case ending. Ending in case. Atta jod again, indicating the meaning. Akara Badan, combination of alphabets, is called the Pada. So based on that word, the first one is a single alphabet or part of the word, alphabet part of the word, which makes sense. That is Ekra. But here Pada So we were then Atta Jodagan Ekara Binda. So any in case indicating the meaning. The combination of the alphabet or syllables is called the Pada here.
So Sayadaw, those three words, they modify some of the word, right, Sayadaw? They are
Actually, so we were there and then Atta Jodagan modified to the Ekara Binda.
yeah,
So
yeah,
Ekara
okay.
Binda is the subject, but
Yeah.
then it's subject complement or predicate.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Sayadaw.
And then so Sile Padetaya di Ita. So in the phrase Sile Padetaya. So Sile di Badanwiya, just like the word Sile. So Atta Sambando Badesa Bariosano Bada Samuho Benjana Nama. So Sile di Badanwiya Atta Sambando Badesa Bariosano Bada Samuho Benjana Nama. So point is Bada Samuho Benjana Nama. So combination of words. So combination of alphabet is Bada. Combination of word is Benjana, like sentence. Like sentence. So sentence is Bada Benjana here. Bada Samuho Benjana. Wakya is Benjana. So Bada Samuho, even though they are combination of words, but Atta Sambando. So it should be separated. Atta Sambando. Sorry. Atta Sambando Badaisa. Atta Sambando. Atta Sambanda. Atta Sambando Badisa Badiosano.
Yes, should be separated from there, Sayadaw. Atta Sambando and Patesa Pariyosano. Yeah. After the Sambando, there's a space.
And then this say Piajin associate though. Should not be separated. Atta Sambanda Ubadisa Bariosano.
But my book, Saddanīti, this one is Atta Sambando and Patesa Pariyosano.
So what
And
does it mean?
also Atta Sambando, after the Vya, there's a comma there. After Vya, there's a full stop. So Atta Sambando is something like another word.
Okay. So Siledi Badanwiya is one line, right?
Yes.
Okay, that is related to the Badanama.
Badan. Yeah.
Sorry, should be pushed out there. Okay. Badanwiya, right. In Myanmar book also Boma. So Atta Sambando Badisa Bariosano. So Atta Sambanda Ubrisa Bariosano. So Ubrisa me here just showing. Ubrisa Bariosano. Atta Sambando Badisa Bariosano. And then they say you Piajin associate door. So Ubrisa Briosana mean ending or the end. But so in this case we should not translate Briosano. So just Brisa Briosano means indicating the meaning. Indicating the So connection of the meaning, Atta Sambandha. Atta Sambandha Parisa Pariyosa no. So generally it means which shows the connection of the meaning. That means so syntactual meaning. Even though a line is combination of words, but they are not related each other syntactically or semantically. So they cannot be a sentence, not meaningful sentence. Okay, but here, so that is combination of word parasamuho, and then atta sambandho badesa priyosano. It shows the link of meaning. It shows the link of meaning atta sambandha. So that is Benjana Nama. That is Vakya, Benjana. A sentence or the Benjana. So here, Chaddaro me Bhikkhave Satipatthānāti Adi Viya. That is example. Chaddaro me Bhikkhave Satipatthānā. So monks. So these are 4 kinds of Satipatthāna. So meaningful. They are related to each other syntactically.
Sayadaw.
Okay.
So the word adi in there, it means that the sentence is not complete, right, Sayadaw?
And this
It is
adi,
starting, it means just like the sentence starting with that. It's not complete, right?
actually this line also, yeah, actually even though full stop, it can be meaningful. But adi means in the original text not stop yet. In the Mahasatipatthana Sutta continues very long. That is an etc. adi. Okay. So now roughly we can understand. So akara also, even though a single alphabet or a single syllable, it must be meaningful. That is called the akara. Included in a word or not, it must be meaningful. And the bada also, the combination of the alphabet or syllables, it must be meaningful. And in the case ending, it's called the bada. And the benjana, combination of words, also it shows the connection of a word, connection of those meaning. Maybe each word has meaning, but not related to each other in a sentence. So that word cannot be a sentence. So, but syntactual should be syntactual meaning, should be syntactic. Okay, and then so benjana vibhago, vibhaga bakaro agaro nama. Benjana vibhago. So vibhaga means analyzing, dividing or analyzing a sentence. Vibhaga. Benjana vibhago. Benjana means here we can understand a sentence, parasamuho. So vibhaga means analyzing the sentence, and the benjana bakaro. Also, bakara also actually the synonymous, the synonym of the vibhaga. So benjana vibhago, vibhaga bakaro. Okay. The manner vibhaga bakaro. So manner of the analysis, way of analysis. Bakara. Okay. Bakara ingredient favor kind of various manifold, but not included. Or manner, yeah, way. mode or with penetrate. So bakara. So way of analysis. So Benjana Vibago. So analyzing the sentence. Vibaga bakaro. Way of analysis which analyzing the meaning. Analyzing the sentence is called the agaro nama. So example is Kadami Chadaro Ida Bekawe Beku Kayika Nubasi Wiharadi Adisu Wiya. Adisu Wiya. So Benjana Wakia is in the previous line. Chadaro me Bekawe Sadi Batana. And that word is explained by the next line. So Kadami Chadaro Ida Bekawe Beku Kayika Nubasi Wiharadi Adabi Samajano Sadima. Wurinazu Wurinanu Batsi Wiharadi Adabi Samajano Sadima and so on. So those lines are actually akara because they analyze former sentence. They themselves also actually a sentence. That is why no, a sentence is Benjana. Okay, so another one, even though a sentence, they have the manner of the analyzing. So former line or a sentence. So that line, that sentence can be called the akara. So
Sayadaw.
okay.
So why did he put the word adisu in the locative case, Sayadaw?
So we can understand. So adisu. So kadami chadaro ida bekwe beku kayeka nubasi wiharadi adisu. So in this paragraph, kadami and so on. So Benjana Vibago, Vibaga Bakaro Akaro. So that Benjana Vibago, so analyzing the sentence or way of analysis. So such a manner can be found in this example. That is way of analysis in this line is called the akara, not a sentence. Okay, yeah, not a sentence, just the way of or manner of the analysis is called the akara.
So does that mean that later on we are going to have many kinds of akara, Sayadaw?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sayadaw.
Okay. Yeah, fine. When the meaning of akara is way of analysis of the meaning of the sentence.
Yeah.
Okay, that point.
So Sayadaw.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the needy Vyakarana explanation, no? Like a
Nidhi
Vyanjana,
Bakarana also.
yeah,
Yeah.
Vyanjana, Agara, all this.
I will compare with that one. So now just focusing on the Saddanīti explanation. And the Nidhi Bakarana explanation in the Nidhi Bakarana commentary also mostly the same.
Yes.
But so the scholar, so Bhikkhu Ñāṇa Moli, the translator of the Nidhi Bakarana,
The guide.
so yeah, Sayadaw translate the akara is the letter. Akara is the letter, but Bada is no a word. Sayadaw translate the term. And the Benjana, so Benjana Sayadaw translated so phrasing. Benjana is phrase. And the akaro. So akara Sayadaw translated as the linguistic inflection. Agaro, linguistic inflection. And then, so Niroti, So Niroti, okay, shortly here, Nebajana, so Vaigaha sentence, explanation sentence. Vaigaha. Like here you see Fusididi Faso Vidya Didi Vidana, we know that that is Vaigaha sentence. Okay. But here Sayadaw translated demonstration. Demonstration. That Niroti. And Nedesa. That Nedesa also actually the how to say enumeration or illustration of that one in the previous line. Pusridi Paso. So Pasa means Jaku Sampasa, Soda Sampasa, and so on many way. So expressing the illustration or and the Vedana also Vidyadidi Vedana, that is Nido di Vaigaha. But so Sukha Vedana, Dokha Vedana, Adogama Sukha Vedana, and expressing many kinds is Nedesa, exploring kinds is Nedesa. But Sayadaw translation is the mood, M-O-O-D, mood. So I could not find the relation how Sayadaw translate. Maybe so Sayadaw translate so maybe cover so every perspective. But here just so grammatical perspective. I
You see, now Sayadaw, I got, because I wrote my book, the Sayadaw's explanation, letter, term, phrase, linguistic inflection in my Saddanīti book. I was thinking, who translated this one? Now I got. Okay, thank you, Sayadaw.
Okay. So okay, that's now Benjana. So Benjana is Vakya, and the Agara is so way of analysis. The academy, and then so Niroti. Okay, next line. Agara Vibhavi Dasa Nebajana. Agara Vibhavi Dasa Nebajana. So Vibhavi Dasa Nebajana. Akara Vibhavi Dasa Nebajana. So in Myanmar translation, let's say a chin a yapin, ya at the Boko, neighbors and Toy Sojin. So Agara Vibhavi Dasa me Agara Vibhavi Dasa Badasa. Agara Vibhavi Dasa Badasa. So a word we Agara Vibhavi Dasa are explored in manner of analysis. So that means so the word found in the analysis sentence or way of analysis sentence. So those were Nebajana, Toye Sojin. Nebajana is also technical term Nirodi or Vaigaha. Nebajana. But so literal meaning is Nebajana, so taken, saying out. Nebajana, Tot Sojin, Nirodi. So that is Vaigaha. So in the example sentence, that point is clear. So Pustidi Faso, explanation sentence, explanatory word.
So Sayadaw.
Sorry, no. So not just explanatory, etymological explanatory word.
Sayadaw.
Yeah.
So in the Akara Vibhavi Dasa, then the Akara, that is the Akara which is defined, right, Sayadaw?
Agara is referring to this Agara.
But then, so Sayadaw, in the explanation, I heard Sayadaw say something like a word. What is the word?
So Agara Vibhavi Dasa Badasa. So that means this line, Kadami Chadaro Ida Beku Beku Kayika Nubasi Viharati. So this line is Agara because it is explain or analyze the sentence. So in that line, we can find the, Bhikkhave or Bhikkhu or something here, Kaya, and the Kaya Nubasi, and so on. But those words where we can be explained, Kaya or Kaya Nubasi, so Kaya Anubasi, Kaya Nubasi, and so on. So such it.
I see. So what it means is that the Akara Vibhavita is the Bahupihi Samasa. It refers to the Bada.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
yes.
okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bhobi Samasa. So Nebajana Nidoti, okay. First the first. So and so Nebajana Tassa Waitaro. So Nebajana Atasa Waitaro. Nisi Seto Deso Nate Deso. Nisi Sado Deso. Nisi Sado Deso. Nate Deso. So Nebajanasa Atasa Waitaro. Widely detailed explanation of the meaning. Waitaro. The detail of the meaning of the Vikaha. So Nesidado Deso. Nesidado Deso. Deso also showing or exploring entirely or completely. Nesidado Deso. Nediso. So Nediso. Nesidado Deso. Nediso. Showing completely. Exploring completely. It's called the Nedisa. So what things will be explored completely? The meaning of that Vikaha. So here Sukha Vedana and the Dukkha Vedana, Adukama Sukha Vedana, and so on. So here Nedisa exploring completely. So we can understand the meaning, but in Sayadaw book. So that Nedisa is, the mood.
So Sayadaw, this nidesa is the same what we said that the nidesa, udesa, that type of nidesa.
Yeah. Udesa is content, Nedisa is body text.
Okay.
So Odessa is instead of saying content, so introduction. Or content also. So okay, so here Adukama Sukha Vedana and the Sukhya Didi Sukha, Dukkha Didi Dukkha, and Neva Dukkha Didi Na Sukhya Didi Adukama Sukha Vedana di Adi Viya. And Imani Cha Benjana Brani, these are 6 kinds of Benjana Bada. Okay, so if you can find difference between the Saddanīti explanation and the Nidhi Bhakrana translation, also share with me.
Yes, okay, Sayadaw.
Okay, so now 1.5 hours already. So
okay,
let's
Sayadaw.
begin.
Yes. Thank you, Sayadaw.
Welcome. Okay.
Sadhu, Sayadaw.
Sadhu. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sayadaw.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Thank you very much, Sayadaw.
Welcome.
It's very interesting, Sayadaw.